Okay, now for a quick example of how we could do some pivot table type reporting on our database, some slicing and dicing. I've already connected to the database to one of the access queries. I've got all of the key metrics from the dimensional, from the fact table and the supporting dimensions, and I've even added some calculated fields for all of the ratios and averages and things like that. And we've got them down here at the bottom. So batting average, at-bats to HR ratio, walks to strikeout ratio, etc. One of the nice things about pivot tables is it allows you to pretty quickly slice and dice, and we can ask a particular question and get to an answer fairly quickly without a lot of problem. So let's think of a question that we might try to explore. Before we were talking about, we separated out some of our reports by pitchers and non-pitchers. So perhaps what we'd like to do is find out, is there an appreciable difference in batting average between the different leagues? So we could start out, we've already got batting average over here as our key metric, and we can pull in league. So we'll pull in the league name, and we can see that over the life of this database, about 20 years, the American League has a slight edge. Not so sure that that is beneficial by looking at over the entire league. A lot of things have changed, some of the rules, how designated hitters are used and all that kind of a thing. So it might be better for us to include a year dimension. So let's take last year as an example. Here we see the American League has a little bit of a bigger edge, which is pretty interesting. And so let's take a look at position and see if that has any bearing on it. And if we look first at the non-pitchers, we find out that they're actually very, very close. 0.267 and 0.266 for the two leagues. Now, if we look at it by pitcher, my initial hypothesis would be that since National League pitchers pitch in every game, or bat in every game, they would be more likely to actually take batting practice in order to be successful. The American League pitchers, on the other hand, typically don't bat unless it's interleague play, and so why would they waste their time on batting practice? So if we go up here and we select pitcher, we'll see if that's the case. And actually we find that at least in this year it's quite the opposite. American League pitchers have a better batting average than the National League pitchers, which is quite a surprise. Now what we might want to do is see if that varies at all by year. So what we'll do is we'll move league over here into the column and take our year from our filter and bring it down here, and now we can look at it over several years. We can even see that in 08 the American League had a little bit of an edge, but not as significant. 07 National League had the edge, pretty close to the same in 06, and American League again had the edge in 08. So we'd really need to dive down into that a little bit to find out what the reasons for that might be. So that's just a quick example of how we might do analysis using pivot tables and our data warehouse.